What would you do if you were born without arms and legs? For most of us, the answer seems heartbreaking, an end to dreams, to the ordinary joys of life, to hope itself. Yet, there exists a man who has taken what many would believe impossible and transformed it into a life extraordinary. This is the story of Nick Vujicic, a man without arms, without legs, but with a heart and a will greater than anyone could imagine. His journey is not just a testament to overcoming adversity, but a beacon for all who struggle, a reminder that the boundaries we face are often the ones we set for ourselves. Nick was born in 1982 in Melbourne, Australia. From the very first moment, his arrival was met not with joy, but with shock and grief. His parents, upon seeing their newborn son, were devastated. Nick was born with a rare congenital disorder, tetraamelia syndrome, which meant he had no arms and no legs. For his mother and father, it was a moment of overwhelming despair. How would their child live? How would he ever know happiness or independence? The future looked impossibly bleak. Childhood for Nick was a series of painful lessons and harsh realities. The world, so often unkind to those who are different, was cruel to the little boy who could not walk or hold a pencil like the others. At school, Nick was the target of merciless teasing. He was called names, ostracized, made to feel as though he did not belong. Each day was a struggle, not just physically, but emotionally. The nights were hardest, as Nick lay awake, tears streaming down his face, asking the question that haunted him. Why did God make me this way? The weight of isolation pressed heavily on his young heart. At just 8 years old, Nick found himself at the edge of despair. The pain and loneliness seemed endless, and he contemplated ending it all. One day he tried to drown himself in the bathtub, believing that would finally bring peace. But then, as he thought of the tears his parents would shed, the heartbreak they would endure, something inside him shifted. He could not bear to add to their suffering. He chose instead to endure, to fight, to live. The turning point in Nick's life came when he was 17. One day, he read a story in the newspaper about another person living with a disability. That moment opened his eyes. He realized he was not alone in his struggles. Others faced hardship and didn't give up. If they could persevere, why couldn't he? Inspired, Nick began to challenge himself, to learn how to do things on his own. He practiced brushing his teeth, writing, typing, even swimming and playing sports. Every small victory became a building block for a new sense of self-worth. He discovered that the real limits were not in his body, but in his mind. With this newfound confidence, Nick decided to share his story. At 19, he stood before an audience for the first time, recounting his journey of pain, hope, and transformation. As he spoke, tears fell, not just from Nick, but from those who listened. People saw in him a strength that defied his physical limitations. They saw a young man who had every reason to give up, but instead chose to inspire. What started as speaking to a handful of people soon grew beyond anything Nick could have imagined. He traveled across Australia, then around the globe. To date, Nick has spoken in over 60 countries, reaching millions of people from all walks of life. In each place, he shares a simple but powerful message. If I can do it, so can you. He hugs those who cry, listens to stories of struggle, and plants seeds of hope in hearts that have long been burdened by doubt. His journey is not just his own, it belongs to each person who finds the courage to keep going. Despite all he had accomplished, Nick once believed love and family were dreams forever out of reach. How could someone like him ever hope to find a partner, to build a family, to experience the joy of fatherhood? But destiny had other plans. In 2012, Nick met Kanai Miyahara, a woman who saw beyond his physical appearance to the powerful spirit within. Their connection blossomed into love, and soon they were married. Together, they built a home filled with laughter and warmth, welcoming 4 children into their lives. Nick may lack arms and legs, but his family is proof that life's greatest gifts are measured not by what we have, but by what we give. Nick's achievements extend far beyond public speaking. He is also the author of several best-selling books, including Life Without Limits and Stand Strong. Through his writing, he continues to reach people across the world, delivering a message that resonates in every language and culture. If you cannot find a miracle, be a miracle for someone else. His words are a call to action, urging us to look beyond our own struggles and lift those around us. Nick Vujicic's life is a testament to the power of resilience, hope, and faith. He reminds us that it is not what we lack that defines us, but what we do with what we have. His story challenges us to rethink our own limitations, to realize that the only boundaries that truly exist are the ones we place on our minds. If a man without arms and legs can change the world, then surely each of us, with all that we possess, can do even more. Never give up. No matter how impossible things may seem, no matter what burdens you carry, remember, there are no limits except the ones you believe in. Let Nick's journey be a spark that ignites your own. Stand strong, push forward, and know that you too can become a source of inspiration and hope. Your life is a gift. Use it, cherish it, and above all, never allow anyone, including yourself, to tell you what you cannot achieve. The only true limits are those in our minds.